God bless you, people of God. This is Steve Johnson with I O God Ministry. I am simply excited about my Lord and Savior, what He did in my life. It changed the rest of my life. I just want to speak in your ear just for a moment and ask you, who are you consumed with? Who are you in love with? What is the passion that's in your heart? Is it God? Is it the world? Is it a man? Is it a woman? People of God, we got to get to a place where God consumes our very being, where God consumes our thought, God consumes our motive, God consumes our action. So many times we go hard for the world and doing this for promotion and doing this to start a business. It's nothing wrong with having a drive. It's nothing wrong with having tenacity. But when your tenacity for the things of the world is more than the things of God, you've got a problem. When your tenacity and your drive and your energy and your passion is more for the things of the world than it is God, then you've got a problem. God has to consume our ever being. Why? Because God has a personal assignment with your name written on it, but you'll never know it if you don't pursue it. Ask yourself, what are you pursuing on tonight? What are you doing on tonight? Many of you are in a place right now. You're feeling alone, feeling by yourself. Nobody really to talk to. And when you look on your passenger side like I can look on mine, it ain't nobody over there. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes we get in that place where I just want somebody to go to lunch with. I want somebody to go to dinner with. But listen, ladies, don't put pressure on a man who don't want the pressure. Listen, and I'm saying that to say this, is that when you're consumed more so with a relationship than your relationship with God, then you're going to overthink it, overdo it, and talk yourself right up out of it. Let me tell you, a number one attraction for a real man of God is when a woman is on fire for God, when a woman is ready to do the things of God, when a woman is on a battlefield for God. Now, that's a very attractive attribute to have when you're a woman. But a lot of times, because women, and I'm going to just say this out of my experience, a lot of times women will put pressure on a man. Now, listen, hear this. If a man is dating you, this is dating tips 101. If a man is dating you, that don't mean you're going to be the wife, but you're both hoping that that is the case. That don't mean he's going to be your husband, but you're both hoping that is the case. Let time have a perfect time, the perfect timing in that relationship. Listen, I don't want to marry nobody and I don't know how they operate under pressure. I don't want to marry nobody if they don't know how to go through trials. I ain't trying to marry nobody and you ain't never seen how they operate when they back up against the wall, when they need to pray, when they need to trust God. You don't know how the person operate under certain particular situation. Why would you want to marry them and you don't know them under pressure? Because you learn a lot about a person up under some type of pressure. So what am I saying? I'm saying this to say that, is that when your passion become all about God, when you're consumed about the things of God, you're not putting so much emphasis on being in a relationship. Now, that don't mean you don't want a man of God. That don't mean you don't want a woman of God, because at the end of the day, we all do want what God has for us. But at the end of the day, if y'all conversation is more about each other than about the things of God, that just might be a problem. If y'all conversation is more about your flesh, how you look, how you feeling, and your body all hot and bothered, come on now. You get out your flesh. You ain't known a man about a hot 30 days, or you may not know the woman about a hot 30 days. Y'all already talking about hot stuff and being hot and bothered already. But listen, when you get consumed with God, listen, you're taking your time and you're learning a person out. You finding out how they operate in ministry. You find out how they pray. You find out how their relationship is really with God. So people of God, this is what I'm saying. What are you really about at the end of the day? What is your passion at the end of the day? What is your thirst at the end of the day? Are you consumed with the things of God? Or are you more consumed with being in a relationship? And that's not saying we don't want a relationship. I'm going to say that again. We do want a relationship, but hear this. You want God to move on your behalf? Listen, our obedience to God become his responsibility to us. When we obey the things of God, God got your back, God got your front, God got your side, and God got your top. Come on now. Listen, when we obedient to God, when we're obedient to God, our obedience becomes God's responsibility. Come on now. I'm going to say that again. I like that because why? When we look at the DNA of the Bible, the DNA of God, the principles of God, God, the oracles of God. But God is saying, obey me, son, obey me, daughter, I got your back. So people of God, hear this, hear this, hear this. That relationship that you're putting a lot of emphasis in, back up, fall back, do whatever you got to do, and put that same energy into God and watch what happens in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, you just been detoxed. It's a Friday night detox. Listen, you just been detoxed. Own it, live it, be it, do it, and it's done.